Hey, podcasters. This is your host, Tiffany Hale, and we are back with another episode of the Tip Tuesday podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, grab you some coffee, grab you some water, juice, whatever it is you need. We got a great show planned for you tonight. And I also have an exciting announcement to make at the end of the podcast. So make sure you stick around. Tonight, I'm asking, what is the one trait that every executive leader needs? I don't care, executive leader, entrepreneurial leader, business mogul. What is the one trait outside of everything, out of all the traits? Because we know that as an executive and entrepreneurial leader, there are many characteristics and many traits that we should have. But if we had nothing else, what would separate an executive and an entrepreneurial leader from everyone else? From every other type of leader, from staff, from mid-level management. What separates us from other leaders? Can you guess what that is? Some people may say education, and even though that's good, yes, and it's needed for certain positions, technical skills. Of course, every leader should be technically competent in whatever role they're in. Just or competence just as a leader in general. We know that we need that, right? But what is that one secret sauce characteristic that I, as an executive coach, say is required for any executive or entrepreneurial leader or business mogul? You want to know what that is? I'll tell you what it is. Influence. Influence is what makes the difference and separates entrepreneurial leaders from every other type of person. You want to know why? Because real leaders lead by influence and not position. Have you ever seen leaders, you only follow them because that's their title, that's their position, you have to. This usually happens in a business or work environment. So you're getting the bare minimum out of people when you're just leading by position. When you're leading by title, you're not getting the best of people. You're getting the bare minimum of people. You're getting what's required of them. Nothing above, nothing of substance outside of what they have to do in order to keep their job or get their paycheck. We don't want to lead people, or executive leaders, entrepreneurial leaders don't lead by position and title and just get the bare minimum out of people. No. Executive leadership, we develop our staff, we develop our teams, we develop other leaders. Therefore, we must operate with a character trait of influence in order to do that. Influence is the only thing that is going to help gain impact, right? We want to be high impact. In fact, that's what it means to be an executive leader or to be an entrepreneurial leader, is that you have high impact. It's what separates you from other leaders. It's what makes you unique. It's what makes you, as some people say, at the top of the chain. So we know that we want to be influential. We don't just want to have technical skills. We don't just want to be competent. Drop this in the comments. Have you ever met a leader, or you had to work for a leader, and they really were only leading by head knowledge? I'm telling you, there's a difference between a heart leader and a head leader. And so you have those leaders who are only leading by head knowledge. But let me tell you something. You can have a leader who's leading by heart and they still not be influential. Yeah, it's true. So you can have head knowledge, you can have the heart, you can have the passion, but you're still not getting the results that you want. And so when I'm doing executive coaching with the leaders, I'm working with leaders who are technically competent, they're educated, they're skilled, they have the experience for their position, but they're getting stuck in certain areas, and it's usually in emotional, intelligent, relational areas. But really, I come in and I'm dealing with them with their level of influence, because somewhere they're not making the impact that they would like to make. And this could be in a big vision. This could be in a specific project, a specific purpose, a business venture, or even a business partnership. And we're going to talk about that as well. So, if we need influence to be on this level of leadership, how do you gain influence? If we want to be high impact leaders, we want to be impactful leaders, how do you gain influence? Or how do you garner influence? Do you do it by trying to rally up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people to get behind you? Um, Not quite. Not quite doing that. Is it by pulling people in the corner and trying to privately sell them on your plan, or worse yet, we've seen the people who are inauthentic, kind of pulling people to the side, selling them dreams that they have no hope, they have no intention of ever fulfilling or are even capable of fulfilling. So if none of those things garner influence for us, what garners influence? Now, I know you may not want to hear this because this is very simple, but it's not easy. And sometimes the most technically skilled, competent people don't want to hear the easiest thing that they probably need to do or go back to the drawing board to do in order to build a foundation for influence. And you know what? Before we even go further, let's give a definition for influence. Influence is the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself. So sometimes we can have leaders that just want to affect outcomes, but we see that influence is the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, and behavior of someone or something. So we want to be able to develop people, to affect character, to affect behavior. Not them just doing something because we're in the room, but they're doing it because it's a part of their character, it's a part of their passion, it's what they want to do. So how do we garner that influence? You gotta go to the drawing board and make sure that you have clarity and conciseness of purpose. Yes, I'm telling you, influence starts with clarity. Clarity is the foundation of successful leadership. Clarity is the foundation for a successful executive leader. Clarity is the foundation for a successful entrepreneurial leader. And clarity is absolutely necessary for influence. We can have head knowledge and try to push a program or a initiative forward, and we can get stumped and we don't know why it's not working. We have all the business acumen that we need, and we have all these plans and we have all these projections, but for some reason we're not able to move forward in the purpose that we have, in the vision that we have, in the plans that we have, or accomplish the goals we've set out. We're trying year after year, month after month, and still there's no real movement to our satisfaction. And we know that we are called to do certain things. So what is the problem? Clarity of purpose and being able to articulate that clarity. So let me give you a secret here. I'm giving out a lot of secrets tonight, but you know what? I said I feel led to just really speak with our executive leaders to encourage them, to motivate them, because you can get bummed out, and sometimes you can feel like maybe this is just not for you because your plans really haven't moved forward, or you haven't seen the results or the outcomes that you would like to see in something that you probably know can work. And I'm telling you, it probably can work, but you're probably not as clear on the plan or the purpose as you think you are. And even if you think you're clear in your head, you're not clear enough to articulate it to a team who's going to drive that plan and that purpose home for you, or who's going to help you accomplish those goals. So if you've ever been in that type of predicament, drop it in the comments where you have gotten stuck and you don't know how to get unstuck with a plan or with a purpose or with a vision. And you know that this vision can go forward and you tried everything. Listen, I'm telling you, try this. Clarity of purpose and being able to articulate with clarity what it is you're doing and why you're doing it. Because influence comes from clarity. It is the driving force behind being clear on what you want to do and what you need to do to accomplish it. When you convey to other people your plan, it not only needs to come from the head, it not only needs to come from passion from the heart, but it needs to come from clarity of purpose. People buy into purpose. They don't buy into your degrees. They don't buy into your head knowledge. They don't even buy into your passion. But a clear way where the clouds have been removed and you have set down what we are doing, what we are trying to do, and where we are going, you can influence people because they can buy into that. People buy in through their character. People buy in through their behavior. People buy in and want to be developed more to make sure that the plan and the purpose that we have as executive and entrepreneurial leaders go forth. And so I know sometimes this is the hardest thing to really convince technically skilled leaders of, or leaders who are really competent, because they feel like I'm very clear. I'm very clear on what I want to do. And you may be clear on what you want to do, but there's a difference in clarity of purpose. See, you can be clear on what you want to do, but your purpose is not clear. There's not clarity in that purpose. And then when there's clarity in the purpose, there's not conciseness in the way that you are conveying it. So we need clarity and we need conciseness. And we need clarity for every vision. We need clarity for every purpose. We need clarity for every plan. So we can have clarity of purpose overall for our business, overall for our organization, overall for our purpose, but sometimes for the purpose of a specific project, we don't have clarity of purpose. For a specific vision or a specific plan, so we find ourselves stuck. And this is where I come in and I help leaders or executive leaders, because you're stuck because there's a foundational issue. Not all the time. Sometimes leaders just don't have the technical skills, and that can be, they can take a class, they can take a course. They don't have the competence, and so they probably need just additional leadership training. But I'm talking about when you have the technical skills and you have the competence for the purpose or the vision you're trying to move forward, but you still seem to be stuck. I'm telling you, it's influence. It's influence. There's a lack of influence, or there's a lack of high impact that you're having on the team of people that need to drive forward. Because as an entrepreneurial leader and as an executive leader, you can't be at all places at all times. You cannot work every engine of the plan. You cannot work every step of the plan. And as an entrepreneurial leader, as a business mogul, as an executive leader, as a visionary, you have to be able to inspire and influence others to drive your vision, your plan, and your purpose home. You do. And they can't do it. We can't do it. No one can't do it if they're not clear on it. So we have clear and we have clarity of purpose. First comes clarity of purpose, and then when we convey that clarity in a concise manner, people can be clear. I talked about, or I read in the definition of influence, it's the capacity. It's the capacity to affect the behavior of others. So we're going to start this series off about high impact leadership. And we're going to talk about capacity. We're going to talk about influence more. We're going to talk about impact. But I wanted to get you stirred up tonight. And I wanted to get you thinking, and I want to get my leaders back to the drawing board. Are you as clear on this purpose as you think you are? And have you conveyed this, this clarity of purpose to your team in a way that you should? We're going to be talking about emotional intelligence and relational intelligence a lot because I really want to build and stretch the capacity of our leaders because, like I said, you can be technically competent, but in that area, which I call ER&I, intelligence, sometimes we can be lacking. So I want to give some strategies. I want to give more than just information because, right, we can be given information. And sometimes people can get overloaded on information and then there's no transformation. But here on the Tip Tuesday podcast and platform, you know we all believe in transformation. So we're going to get that information and we're going to digest it so that we can see change. And the way that we see change is by having clarity of purpose first. We got to have influence. That's what separates us. That's what separates a visionary, successful executive leader from just a regular leader or even management or even staff. We got to start building our capacity for influence. And so this is an area I really want to dive into. I really want to dig into. I promise you there's going to be some areas that you get unstuck in your vision. And even if it's your personal vision. I'm telling you, there's going to be some areas that you get unstuck in when you go back and you can articulate and you can think about what's the clarity of purpose. And it's going to come, so let me tell you this, with clarity. The clearer that you are on something, the weaker the strings that aren't supposed to be attached to you gets. Let me say that again. When you're not clear about the purpose or the vision or the goal or the business, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of people, there's a lot of stuff that can attach itself to you. And the reason it can attach itself to you and hang on so long or to your business or to your goals is because there's not clarity of purpose there. The clearer you get, you won't have to detach things, people, unwanted leeches to your vision or your team. They're going to automatically be weakened because the clearer you are, the stronger you are, the more influence you have, and what is not strong enough to stay attached or developed enough to stay attached to you will automatically weaken. Now guess what else happens? So not only do those things that need to come off of you start weakening, as you grow in your clarity, what you need, the resources you need, the people you need, and those who can be developed by your influence will automatically start being drawn to you. Ever just felt like I just don't have the resources? I know what I need to do, but I'm not garnering the resources that I need. And resources, whether that's in people, whether that's in time, whether that's in money, whether that's in grants, whatever it is, it seems like you have a lot of what you don't need and little of what you do need. I'm telling you, secret sauce is clarity of purpose. Your clarity of purpose will automatically weaken everything that should not be attached to the vision, to your leadership, to your team. It will begin to weaken that, and it will begin to, and as you get clearer, you will begin to draw in those things that you need. So I have a lot to say about this. As you can see, I can get kind of passionate in this area because we want to develop leaders who are influential. We don't want to put leaders in place who only lead by position, who only lead by title, who only lead by degree. And I'm not saying these things are not important, But what I'm saying is we want to lead by influence so that we can do other things and build on other projects while we've influenced a team of other leaders and managers and staff to drive home the vision and the plan and the purpose that we've set in place. And so this is what executive leaders do. This is what entrepreneurial leaders do. And this is what business moguls do. And this is what we'll be talking about on the Tip Tuesday podcast. I just feel really a strong pull and a strong grace to talk to those who are in senior leadership, executive leadership, and entrepreneurial leadership. Because I know that you've worked hard on your plans. I know you've worked hard on your vision, and you've gotten stuck in so not every area. It doesn't have to be every area you're stuck in. You can see results or outcomes in some areas, but there's just some areas you just don't know why you're stuck, or you keep getting stuck, or you have little progress. And that's what we're here for. We're going to be giving emotional and relational intelligence strategies. That's what I do as an executive coach. So I help leaders who already have technical competence, technical skills to do their job, but they're getting stuck in areas as far as communication, interpersonal skills, influence, impact, emotional intelligence, relational intelligence, because I am a firm believer in transformation. You cannot just give people classes. You cannot just give people information, but we're going to have to go down to the root and the foundation of whatever is not working. We're going to have to identify it. We're going to clarify it, and then we're going to affect movement. Can you put that in the comments? We're going to identify, we're going to clarify, and then we're going to affect movement. We're building high impact leaders here on the Tip Tuesday podcast. We're excited about this new series that we're starting. Just coming on to let you know we are really locking arms and partnering with senior leadership, executive leadership, entrepreneurial leadership, and moguls alike in these, and just on this platform, period, because that's who I love to work with. If you've been around any amount of time with us, I've already let you know I am a support leader. I'm an advisory leader. I'm an executive coach. So I work with executive leaders. I work with senior leadership. I work with visionary leaders, and I work with entrepreneurial leaders to get them unstuck in areas where they've gotten stuck in. And so I want to help do that with you. And so that brings me to my very exciting an important announcement tonight. So Tiffany Hale, the executive coach, will be starting an online executive coaching program. We're going to have a coaching program, and we're going to have courses. So there is a place for information. So sometimes you just need a course. There's a place for information. Sometimes you have everything that you need. You're just kind of missing some information to kind of put it all together and move forward. But then sometimes it's not just information. You need information, you need transformation, which comes through coaching. And so transformation comes through coaching. Somebody there to help inspire you so that you can inspire others. Somebody there to influence you with proven strategies so that you can implement those proven strategies and help others. And so we are working with an instructional design team. We're going to have a full-blown out online coaching program. I'm going to be doing coaching. At some point, probably going to have other people coming in doing coaching, and we're going to be coaching on emotional and relational intelligence strategies. We're going to be coaching on strategies to get executive leaders unstuck, dealing with conflict, dealing with people. Sometimes we know our entrepreneurial and executive leaders, they are very, very smart, but sometimes they have trouble dealing with the people issues and conflicts that may arise, and interpersonal conflicts that may arise. And you'll be surprised how many leaders' visions and plans are halted because of relational issues. So we'll talk about that too. So we are so excited. I am excited about bringing this program to you. I am excited about bringing this coaching to you. We'll have more information on each episode that we bring, and you can look forward. You'll post some stuff on, I believe, social media at some point, but I'm probably not now. I'm just letting you know exclusively as the Tip Tuesday podcast. So I hope this information helped you today. I hope it's something you could take back to the table, begin to digest, begin to meditate on it so that you can see transformation. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I actually, even before the online coaching program starts, I am a executive consultant. I am a strategy coach and an executive consultant. So you can reach out to me at admin@tiptuesday.net. Would be happy to answer any questions that I can for you. So until next time, we are wishing you peace and blessings. Okay, talk to you later. Bye bye.